up above the meandyourmom.com blimp cam in the big, black, beautiful blimp as we are riding around following the Sprocket Series champion, the 77 of Robert Rosello, taking home the championship at Las Vegas, wrapping up season 1 of the Sprocket Series next weekend, Daytona, Saturday night. Maybe I'll broadcast it. We'll see what the man is like. Points, schedule, bullshit, just like that, coming up next. All right, friends. Bring it down just a little bit for y'all. Again, happy to have you. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Monday evening. Bring it down a little bit further so you can put up with me directly. And we're going to bring you in the booth. It's been a minute. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's having a great day. As we get ready for this Monday night, I'm going to take a swig, and then we're going to get right into it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, strap in, tap in, and keep the paramedics on standby, because tonight we are throwing it into hell mode at one of the most iconic temples of speed on planet Earth. This is the Brickyard 200 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, part of the high-octane gear-grinding, sanity-questioning madness known as the Gears Cup Series. And I, your overly caffeinated narrator, your backstretch bard, your local menace with a headset, am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. the Horseboat, and I am feral to be in this booth tonight. Now listen, we're sitting at race 16 of 25, which means there are 5 races left until we hit the playoffs. And folks, they're sneaking up like a drunk uncle at a wedding, and you are the second cousin. Now, August 11th, we go to Daytona, and that's what we do. Every man and woman and sentient lawnmower are for themselves at that point. And if you're locked in, if you're not locked in by then, you're locked out. And nobody wants to watch the championship from the couch, eating Funyuns in your motherfucking fire suit. Now, tonight, the High Speed Circus is brought to you by the fine folks over at Blackhawk Manufacturing Group. And you know what? They didn't ask for a tagline, but if it's metal, fast, louder, shoots fire, these dudes probably make it. But again, I'm going to give them anyone Blackhawk for when you need to build something that makes OSHA cry. Again, Blackhawk Manufacturing Group. I'll kick it back over there so you can see that one more time. Sponsoring this event. We're so thankful to have them. And again, as always, you're watching all this organized chaos live here on twitch.tv/horseboat, the only Twitch channel that offers race commentary, emotional damage, and the occasional inspirational quote like Rubbin's Racing, but trauma is forever. Now, we are at Indy, a track so historic it makes the Coliseum look like a Chuck E. Cheese. 4 corners, 90 degrees, 200 miles of pure chaos. This place turns heroes into legends and idiots into memes. And let me tell you, we have both in this field tonight. The field's tighter than a tech inspector with a grudge. The tension, thicker than a NASCAR fan's accent during a Miller Lite commercial. The stakes, hotter than the bottom of your laptop when it's sitting on your junk for 2 hours. You're welcome for the visual. Now, I'm sweating like a downed gas station chicken tender. I've got my water, my mic, my beer, and a heart rate that says I'm either excited or severely unwell. Either way, guys, I am stoked to call every single bump, draft, dive bomb, rage quit, and blown tire tonight. And just so you know, we're about to crank it up. And let me say it loud for the people in the back. Yeah! So let's smash that gas, kiss the bricks, and maybe kiss our good judgment goodbye. This is the Brickyard 200, and we are live, baby. We are about to go racing. And again, I hope you enjoyed that. Let's talk about the schedule. Again, we are off next week, but we'll bring it back in 2 weeks after that. Rossello says, great tagline. I think we'll adopt it. I hope you do. Tell them if you need help in marketing, I work great remotely. But again, we get a week off because of the holiday. You don't want to be hungover on a Monday night trying to race after a long weekend. But 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be at Auto Club for the Blacktop 200. And then Iowa on July 21st. And then to round it out, Talladega, July 28th. Rob Rossello resubscribed for 6 months at Tier 1. Good God, man. Thank you so much for that. That is fantastico. Much appreciated. As always, you guys kick ass when it comes to the subs. Much appreciated for that. Again, if you don't know, now you know. If you have Prime, you have a free sub to give, which I know a lot of people spiel on Twitch. It is what it is. But again, that's going to get you commercial-free viewing for us here tonight to view the Gears Cup Series in its entirety without interruption. Again, you're going to be able to view this the next day up on YouTube, Gears Racing League. You may want to check that out. But again, the Brickyard 200, sponsored by Blackhawk Manufacturing Group. Qualifying coming up here in just uno momento, por favor. They're breaking it down, getting ready for what is to come, which is qualifying here. Now, we didn't talk about it a whole lot. We're going to get to the points while they get set because I didn't get that far. My monologue was too fucking long. But Colby Hogan, your leader right now, at a good pace. Behind him is Gary Owen, about 67 points back. Aiden Donahue, Mike DeWalt, Min Hang, Brad Gutierrez, Joseph Stafford, Jesse Becker, Connor Rowe, and Skylar Comstock rounding out your top 10. 2 wild cards right now, Eric Sable and Brandon Meyer, both in as it stands right now after Echo Park. All right, so let's kick it out. Let's see who we can find. Let's kick out the jams. Looks like, yeah, let's go for it. Tyler Stroney. Gonna see what his lap time is like. Let's turn down this music and let's give you what you came here for. It looks like somebody just backed out. I don't know what the hell happened there. Well, we're gonna figure that out. Till then, you have Austin Thomas in the 39. I want to call it the Punani Tsunami, but I know that's not it. I think it's the Turn 1 Tsunamis racing team. Don't kill me on that. And Austin Thomas's first crack at the Brickyard 200 here at Gears. We'll see how they do it. Again, this car, for what I am told, is real snap loose like ever since the update here. I don't know if that's how it's always has been, but the drivers are a little worried here tonight. And 80 laps here tonight, and we'll talk about that as we get closer. Austin comes the first full lap. Here we go. It's right on board with the 35 machine. Turn 3, on a lane and a half up from the bottom. I'm told fuel mileage here tonight is about 26 laps. You might be able to push it. Holy shit, that scared the shit out of me. First lap with a 35. Austin Thomas is going to be a 52-32. Number 13th at the moment. Donahue, top dog, with a 51.82 at the moment. Connor Rowe, Ryan Robertson, Fortson Poston, Blake Snyder, Mike Hasty, Skylar Comstock, Gary Owen, Christian Taylor, your top 10 right now. See lap 2 for Austin Thomas. And maybe we might be able to get to another driver before this qualifying session. 35, lucky enough to be on there. Take a look at Gary Owen. Like he is coming to the front stretch for lap number 2. Currently 11th, crossing the start-finish line right now. Not any faster. 51.97 is going to have to do. Eric Sable now moving up into 6th. Jonathan Militia moving up into 5th. This first time 51.86. Last time 51.89. Good enough for 5th right now. Colby Hogan, no points leader. Hell yeah, brother. Weird as fuck, but fast as fuck. Good driver. Again, the personality of a phone book, but I love him. Hey, Mr. Part-Timer, 54 of Trey Holmes in the Toyota, back in the Interstate Batteries Toyota. Qualifying 9th here tonight. Joe Stafford qualifying in 3rd with a 51.76. Brandon Meyer in the 71, Gainbridge, 52.20. This looks like, Him having a good time with it. Man, Hank going to qualify 17th and spin out. That's amazing. Chris Bishop, 19th currently, but Colby Hogan, Jacob Malone, Joe Stafford, Aiden Donahue, Connor Rowe, your top 5. Ryan Robertson, Jonathan Militia, Keaton Salyers, Eric Sable, and Trey Holmes rounding out your top 10 as we get ready for green flag action. The warm-up is about to happen. Grab a beverage, grab a snack, and get your fat ass back on the rack. Be back in 30 seconds here for the Gears Cup Series right here on twitch.tv/Horsebow. As you see in the chat, looks like somebody got accidentally DQ'd. God damn it. That calls for another beer, everyone. If you got a pick here tonight to win the Brickyard, I would love to hear it while we're waiting for this shit. Bring you back in with me. I'm just as disappointed as y'all are. We're going to have to probably wait a couple minutes. Militia, resubscribing. At Tier 1, they've been subscribed for 19 months. 19 months, guys. Again, if you haven't subbed, go ahead and do that. You get ad-free viewing. You get to hear me constantly, and I don't know if you like that or not. Spend those horse bucks if you got them. Loose and louds, you got a lot of options over there. I'm going to add more here for the playoffs. I'm going to have a couple special ones. This delay tonight, I don't care. If I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm on a little staycation. We did a little stuff today. It was great. But I'm home all week. And all I'm doing is projects, so doesn't matter to me. My Monday night's amazing. Live interview under caution from Militia. We're not under caution just yet, but you know what? We're gonna interview somebody anyway. That's fine. Militia. Let's get Jonathan Militia in here. We'll get the guy in here. Jonathan Militia, you got a copy? You got a copy there, buddy?
Yeah, I got a copy. What's up, man?
Spending your horse bucks wisely. Looks like
I wasn't going to tell you to choose me, dude. Yes, we are, yeah.
But you get that choice, and that's the thing. So you got to know, going forward to any viewer, you want a live interview under caution, I'll make it the best that I can. I make the experience as best I can, but you get to pick who you want. So, again, you didn't pick, so I picked you. Militia, how is the track tonight? How does it feel? And how are you looking at the rest of the field tonight? Like, where do you think you can fall?
Well, during that short qualifying session, I got 7th, so I was pumped. I've been pumped on my pace all weekend, you could say. We did a little bit of practice last night, learned some things. These cars are a lot different than it was last year, so 30 air is a thing. It's hard to pass. Draft is good, but it's like I said, it's hard to pass, so it's going to be.
Has this been a big change in the last few weeks here with the update, or is this something that has been kind of apparent but hasn't been dealt with?
I mean, from the last time we ran Andy, it was just plowing tight the whole time. This time you could actually get loose. Mostly when you're the second car in a train. Say you have, like, just say Eric, me, and Mike. Like, I'm gonna get loose as shit entering every single time, basically. You have to kind of offset your car. You want to kind of get your left front in somewhat of air on it. If not, you're just gonna plow. And then you're going to get loose off. So it's like that's kind of what we're fighting. But and then you just have the 45 car just on rails.
I mean, that kid is unreal. I mean, if we could talk about it for a second, that young man is just literally unreal. He drives just insanely out of what I would think somebody his age would be able to do. But again, he finds that little hint of speed or that area on the track where everybody else just can't get to it or just can't match it. It's unequivocal right now of his ascent.
I saw a little trick that he was doing that was different than what I was doing, so like I adapted it. I was able to pick up like 2/10. So watching, studying, that's what I do after running 25 laps. So if I'm picking anyone to get interviewed again, if you're going to do anyone, interview him, because I want to hear what he has to say.
Do you want me? Oh, you want me to pick his brain? Is what you want? You want me to go after?
Oh
it?
yeah. Oh yeah.
He's like, he wants me to deep dive.
We need the secrets.
We need all the secrets, just like King Tut in Egypt and everything with that. I don't know where I'm going with it, but that is amazing. Militia, I'll let you get back to it. I know you want to hang out with your teammates. Good luck here tonight, buddy.
Yep. Appreciate it. Have a good stream.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate the sub. Taking him back down again, Jonathan Militia for Road Soda Motorsports. Wonderful guy. Again, a little bit of a delay here. I do apologize about that. Brickyard 200. I have a feeling somebody accidentally DQ'd somebody else and in turn caused a little bit of a delay. I'm sure we are all thrilled. Again, everybody makes a mistake. No big deal. I've made dumber mistakes, which, God, you don't even want to fucking know. I could go on and on and on with that. But the session is live. We're going to log into that real quick, so give me a second to pay attention to that so I don't press the wrong button. Looks like I got it. And somebody wrote Australian servers. I really hope that's not the case. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, it is. Okay, looks like we're going to wait again here just for a second. Wild night here at Gears. We'll bring you back in the booth in just a second. Again, there you go. You can see my little taskbar. But again, pre-race show. Everybody's having a good time. Again, we're making it work. We're making it happen. Let's talk to somebody else here. Let's talk to this Rocket Series champion. Let's get Rob Rossello in here. Rob Rossello, you got a copy?
I do have a copy.
Sprocket Series champion back in the 77 after a brief change. Had to cut back, get his old number back. How are you feeling going into tonight? And again, how does it feel to be a champion? Gear Sprocket Series, I know it was well-earned, well-deserved. Raced well enough in the last race to bring it home. How are you feeling after all of that?
Oh, it's amazing, man. I mean, everybody there, congratulations after the fact. It was a great season for Sprocket, so I'm looking forward to season 2. But my first year with Gears to pull out a championship was awesome, so I'm very happy about that.
I mean, it is very, I raced in that series a little bit. I got hung up with some other stuff, so I couldn't get involved as much as I wanted to. But it seemed like you were always near the front, prominent, near the front. Every time I tune into Nate's broadcast or popped in, you always seemed to be somebody that they were talking about. So, again, well-deserved, congratulations on that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Couldn't have happened to a better dude. Again, Future Pops here coming up here.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
That's amazing.
Time is flying right already, man.
We're going to have a little drink here for you as Matt.
Oh, I'm with you.
Matt has said HB drink time. He's going to redeem you. I'm sure he's got a shitload of points. Blue Moon drink of choice tonight. Again, I'm drinking.
You have an orange in it, right?
Oh, no, I don't have an orange in it. I probably could do it, but I'm not going to do that tonight. I don't want to go downstairs. I'm not that bougie. We're good.
Awesome, man. We'll enjoy the race tonight. It should be fun. The track is definitely a mix of both worlds, so it's going to be interesting. It's tight, it's loose. The temperature varies, so it's going to be an interesting race.
Yeah, I imagine it's going to be one of these races going to be memorable here in Gears history. Again, the Brickyard Not typically, we're not typically delayed, but it's always been a memorable race. You know, the years that I broadcasted this has always been amazing, has always been excellent. So I'm really looking forward to this group of drivers and what they can show here tonight.
Yeah, man, keep up the good work in the booth. The streams have been awesome, so I listen here while I'm racing.
I appreciate that. I know you're lurking while you're getting things done. Again, much appreciated. Rob Rossello, in-race reporter, as well as future father. Again, congratulations on the Sprocket Series Championship, and good luck here tonight.
Thanks, brother. I'll talk to you later.
Sounds amazing. Again, all these guys that are in this league, most of them that I talk to are awesome people. They're just great people to have, a great group to cover. Again, I look forward to covering these guys every week. Make my passion for racing very worthwhile. Looks like a new race is up. Oh, nope, that is the Sydney, Australia one. The frick is going on here tonight? It's just not going well. This is a better one. Okay, we're working on it. Looks like we'll get back in here soon. Brickyard 200, don't go away. We'll be here. I promise we'll get it through. 15 minutes of delay, that's all right. Alex Dake says, I got 15K. I don't abuse them. I know you don't. It was default. Yeah. Yeah, Factor Mike laying it down. Again, if you don't know who Factor Mike is, he is the president of the Gears Cup Series. Giving you all a little taste of what is going on here, and while we are experiencing these technical difficulties, I'm happy to work through this with you guys here tonight. Kurt Gibson 91, Kriya 45, Auto looks like Chris Auto, Chris Applesauce JVJ _ Ice Cold TTV, and Sweet Chilufi. Thank you all for the follows. Much appreciate that. Most recent, and then the subs tonight for Militia and Rob Rossello. Appreciate that as well. We will get to a race, I promise you, in just a moment. Shit happens when you party naked. It'll be great to have that off week here. I don't know anybody in the chat play any good video games lately. Dune Awakening's got my attention. Got a few different games that have gotten my attention. It's hard to make time for them all. Again, in the chat here tonight, Tyler Steiner, who let the dummy BRC? No idea, man. I mean, but that's all right. We're human. We make mistakes. Making me sweat a little bit, but I don't think anybody else minds that. And we are waiting for the wonderful iRacing to give me the go-ahead to jump back in. I really like Rematch too. Rematch, I think, is a good game. I think you need a group of people, though. I think you need a group of people. I've noticed if you don't have a group of people, they don't give you the ball, almost like it's NBA 2K. But I could go on and on about that. But I don't think the Gears upper admin team will want me to digress on that. Dying slowly here like a neutron star. We are working diligently to try to figure that out. It is brutal right now, ladies and gentlemen. The Discord is popping. I know I'm not going to give you a little insight on that. Usually I like to give people everything. But Christian Taylor waving. Hi, buddy. While we're waiting again, share this with your friends, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, your affair partner. I don't know. I'm just joking. Don't do that. Skylar Comstock is at fault for the reason why we are not on a new session yet. Everyone write in the chat, Skylar Comstock sucks. I'll start. There you go. Free Monday repo time. Great game, repo. I'm going to be buzzed before we even get going. Jesus criminy, let's go. I'm going to run out of music. Just kidding, I've got a shit. Uh-oh. All right, I think we are almost ready to go. I say that it's going to be an hour. All right, folks, we're going to take just a couple minutes and get right back at it. Sorry for the delay, but we will get this in just a moment. right. Bringing you back in the booth while we wait for something to happen. Oh, looks like we might have something happening. Oh, my God. Again, we're working on it. We're going to bring you in the booth. I don't care if you can see whatever that is, but we're going to get some interviews. A little pre-race interview. We're going to bring everybody in. Everybody's going to be in. This is going to be an orgy of interviews. Hold on. You're not live. You're not live. Slow down. Here we go. All right, you guys are in. I have Fortson Poston, driver of the 26, Jacob Malone, driver of the 45, and Travis Stroney of the 14, all here tonight in the booth. Jacob, you got a fast car. Travis, you got a so-so car. Fortson, you got a so-so car. How are you guys feeling about the Brickyard and your chances? I'm kicking it to you first, Jacob Malone.
It's fun. I feel good about it.
That's
You know, yeah, I mean, I feel good.
That's all
you know,
you got for me?
I'm not good with words. I'm a man of very little words, but I'm a man of a lot of speed. So apparently I got that here at the Brickyard.
Don't do drugs.
I mean, Forston does them, so. You can tell
Fortson, let's kick into Fortson drug usage. How you going? How you doing with that? How's it going? Addiction's
doing
killer.
alright. Getting a little bored sitting here waiting for a session to work.
I know. That's why. Yeah, okay. Militia wants some deep questions. So let's take some questions from the chat. I'm totally down if anybody has a ridiculous question to ask.
Matt's gonna ask me something ridiculous.
Probably Fortson.
I'm all good. I'm all here for ridiculous questions. That's
All right.
the best type of questions.
As we wait, Travis Stroney, how are you feeling about your Brickyard 200 chances? I know you're from Michigan, but I know you travel. You're frequent of Indiana, Ohio. How are you feeling?
Frequent. I was feeling good until I got disqualified for no good reason.
Oh, that was you. That's amazing.
That was me.
Skill issue.
I pulled out on the backstretch and I got a black flag. I thought it was like unsafe pit exit or something. And yeah, no, I got the black and white flag.
Oh, jeez Louise. Kyle Munson in the booth, driver of the 18 car, fellow admin of the Gears Racing League. Kyle, how are you, buddy?
I am fantastic. Just waiting for racing, man.
Dude, I'm running out of beer.
Already?
I'm already running out. Dude, I'm
Oh,
3
man.
beers deep since I've started this program. We're like 45 minutes in. I'm gonna grab
Yeah, that's a
another
real
one.
problem.
Someone might need to
Agreed.
step in for you at this rate.
If it goes the way it goes, how drunk can
Gotta
you
make a
get?
meal
I don't
out.
know. I'm glad I have those HB drink times like spaced out.
I'm glad you're not on track.
I'd be getting shit-faced. I would jump on track tonight with the way this race
No.
is going so far.
No, stay off track.
You
I
haven't
do not need.
even
I do
started
not need a hazardous lap
Whoa!
car.
Oh, Tyler Steiner, 5 subs gifted here tonight to Trace Car, Fly Guy, Big Spooky, Malax J1, and Citrus Applesauce. Starting a hype train for the next 5 minutes. I don't know if anybody who wants to be a part of a train. Not me, I'm married.
I'm a minor, so I'll just move my way out of here.
Yeah, that's
that
probably
right?
that's probably for the best. Probably for the best.
Yeah.
Tyler, thank you. You didn't have to do that. Again, always grateful when anybody does that. And thank you for Eddie Benzie 22 for the recent follow. That's fucking cool as well. Again, this is a no-hinge, no-holds-barred commentary that we're holding. Again, having a good time here at the Brickyard. 5 races to go, guys. For those on the outside looking in, how do you feel your chances are here tonight?
Session's up, boys. Sorry.
I can make it statistically speaking, but this is going to be hard for me to do so.
Yeah, definitely. I
I'm
know
bummed.
that.
I can pray on Connor Rowe's downfall, but I do that without
I
getting
need like
points.
3 people to wreck.
Dude, my only shot is to like win a race. And maybe even have to win
Same.
2.
Same.
B Gaming says, I hate Travis Stroney. Tyler S says, Diddy Train. Factor Mike says, red flag has been lifted. Rob Rosello Jr. says, drink more beers than Malone's age.
Brad's gonna get the Diddy train.
Probably
Yo,
not much.
Okay,
And I'm
I
still
gotta
faster
talk
than
about
you.
that trial 1 second. I read something today that the jury handed the judge a note saying to intervene in the decision. What the fuck does that even mean? I don't even know if that's true. But either way, that's crazy. That's messed up.
Too much for my bird to handle. I'm gone.
Lotion or no lotion, everybody getting out of here, getting ready for race time. Kyle, Travis, Jacob, Fortson, pleasure to have you. I'm gonna
Adios,
let you
thank
guys
you.
leave on your own. Good luck.
All right. Thanks. Good luck with the broadcast.
Peace out, Unk.
Wow, that's the first time I've been called on. That's pretty fucked up. But all right, Brickyard 200, Blackhawk Manufacturing Group. Gonna get that going here in just a moment. Thank you for the subs here tonight. That is awesome. I'm grateful for that. And again, it's the Gears community who kicks ass and makes me makes me recognize why I do this when I'm not feeling my best. So this is awesome. I'm glad that these boys are ready to go. Again, they're going to get a practice session. It's going to be a few minutes, which will give us some time to digest what's going on here in Indianapolis. Again, haven't even started this race, but tensions are high. 80 laps here tonight, 5 tire sets, 1 when you come in, and then 4 over the wall, and then max fuel capacity of 70%. Enjoy this jam. I'm jamming. Alex Dake says, I've been able to stream this flawlessly for 30 minutes, and I just know the second we get in the race, it'll buffer all over the place. Actually, probably not. There isn't a storm in the area tonight, so I'm sure last week that's had something to do with it. But ultimately, we should be good here for the race here this evening. We're going to get it in all its completion tonight. I will sit my ass here until it is done, or until I pass out. We will get this race in.
Gotta make that past the party like it's 99. This is gears you have to sacrifice when it comes time to be a champion in gears. It's gonna be too hard to get. You have so much competition that you're starting to sweat. You gotta stack those dubs like
again, appreciate all the love and support for all the drivers who lurk and twerk in the chat.
It's gonna be too hard to get. You have so much competition that you're starting to sweat. You gotta stack those dubs like placing your bets to stand out from the rest. You have to be at your best. Now we in victory lane, taking home all the cash, the glory and the fame, and getting all of that ass. You in a garage contemplating about
just checking over the final comms here over the chats here in Discord. Again, tonight's race brought to you by Blackhawk Manufacturing Group. Again, if you can weld it, smack it together, whatever, they can build it. Give them a Google, give them a buzz. Rob Rossello, give him a call because he's your cousin. He'll hook you up. Again, hype train complete. Appreciate that hype chest. Let's open it, see what we got. Batter up a moto. I love that. That's cute. We're down with it. Cute little bear. I'm gonna batter up. Do a little swing here. Again, appreciate unlocking that for me tonight. I love that. Again, I'm a big fan of baseball. I'm excited as hell to be here tonight to bring this race. We're 5 races away, everybody, from the playoff contention, and I'll bring back up before we go green the points and really how close it is. Now, the green highlighted cars, those are the guys that are in, Colby Hogan and Aiden Donahue. But everybody else from 2nd, 4th on back to 10th still in play, and those 2 wild cards. Closest guys to them right now is Travis Stroney, Jay Cook, Jacob Malone, and Ryan Robinson. All mathematically can make it. A win would be helpful here tonight, though. As you see, out of the 15 races ran so far, 10 of those wins are right inside that top 10. 4 of Aiden Donahue and 3 of Colby Hogan. We are getting closer and closer to green flag racing again. Sorry for the delay. Jokes on then, I've been able to drink more beer. And it gives these racers a little bit more track time, which I'm sure they appreciate. And hopefully it makes for good racing here on the back end. And one more look at the schedule before we go green. And I do believe it's going to be another qualifying session, so we might have to replay this all over again. which is a bummer, I know, for most of these guys. But, yeah, about an hour in, and we're just getting to the race here now. It's going to be a long night. Looking high above the MeterMom.com blimp cam. Again, 2 weeks from tonight, you're going to be looking at the Blacktop 200 at Auto Club Speedway. Comically speaking enough, that's why we named it the Blacktop 200, because it's a fucking parking lot now and doesn't exist. Sponsored by Wild Ops. Be here July 14th for race 17 of 25 for the Gears Cup Series. Very hopeful we can get this underway. Brickyard 200, Blackhawk Manufacturing Group, that is the sponsor. Looking out around turn 1. Super stoked for this upcoming holiday. Hopefully you have good plans. Qualifying take 2 about to take shape. And folks, we do apologize for the technical difficulties right there. It has been a tough go here tonight for our drivers. So again, they're going to redo it. Those qualifying times I told you before, yeah, it's bullshit. It don't matter now. Qualifying take 2 right here for the Gears Cup Series. Right here, right now. All right, let's see which culprit will we get first. And let's get the points leader, Colby Hogan. Again, Colby, very fast, almost at any racetrack he's at. But ultimately, he's had a great car all year long. A young man who putting it all together on the racetrack. You catch him in his neighborhood. It's what, local Fork, Alabama? Of course, now my shit's fucking up. Coming around turn 3 and 4. Working his way through. Coming out onto the front stretch. $51.21 currently first on the leaderboard. Mid-hang with a $51.12. Taking that over. My apologies. Now I'm having technical difficulties as we try to get through this together. number 2, 51.24. But right now, Minhang, your leader with a 51.12 on the front row. All right, and looks like my stuff works again. Yay! So here we go. Minhang, Colby Hogan, Eric Sable, Jonathan Militia, Aiden Showtime Donahue, Jacob Malone, Connor Rowe, Chris Otto, Joe Stafford, Travis Stroney, your top 10 currently. Chris Bishop, we're watching him go around the second time here tonight, 51.85. Good enough for 26 at the moment. Let's see if he can crack this top 20. Coming out of 3, going into 4. Again, these cars can snap loose in an instant. Going to come across the start-finish line. 51.74. That will improve him 2 spots up into 24th. Going into tonight's race. Aiden Donahue, 51.22, and it looks like we are good. Nobody's disqualified each other. And we are finally into the end of qualifying, into the warm-up. Into the warm-up, finally, ladies and gentlemen. Into the warm-up. I'm going to take a 30-second break. We'll be back with Gears Cup Series action for the Brickyard 200, sponsored by Blackhawk Manufacturing Group. Coming up next. was awkward, but we got it. Oh my God. That's not what we were hoping for, but everybody's going to get going. Looks like that is what the plan is here tonight. Again, I apologize for the technical difficulties we've all been experiencing for Indy, but we are going to get it on. It has gotten real. We are ready to go. Min Hang on the front row. Let's talk about it. Min Hang on the front row here tonight. Outside him is going to be Colby Hogan, row 2, or excuse me, row 1. Outside, or excuse me, inside row 2 is going to be Aiden Showtime Donahue. Outside him is going to be the 30 Blue Moon Toyota Camry of Eric Sable. Row 3 is going to be 69 of Jonathan Militia. And the outside of him is going to be Jacob Malone. And row 4 is going to be Connor Rowe. And the outside of him, the 48 of Chris Otto in last week's winner. Row 5 is going to be Joe Stafford and the 14 of Travis Stroney. Ryan Robertson and Trey Holmes, row 6. Row 7 is going to be Forza Poston, Gary Owen, Mike DeWalt, and Jake Cook, row 8. Row 9 is going to be Mike McNasty Hasty and the number 6 of Blake Schneider. Row 10 and rounding out your top 20 is going to be 96 of Christian Taylor and the 35 of Austin Thomas. Got me flustered here tonight. They just ran right out there. But I get it. They're trying to get this done, get this in. It's a long night. Maybe Brayton Laster will be here. We'll find out. Here we go. 80 laps at Indianapolis for the Brickyard 200 right here for the Gears Cup Series. Right here, right now, green, 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 right here for the Brickyard 200. Min Hang, Kobe Hogan, Aiden Donahue, 1, 2, 3. Jake Malone, Eric Sable, Jonathan Militia, Chris Otto, and Blake Schneider all in contention right here. Again, first lap, you kind of want to ride it out. These guys kind of know the drill, how it works, what you're supposed to do. But can you execute it? In 26 laps here tonight on Fuel Run, you might be able to stretch that out a couple more. If you're able to save, we will find out. 94 McDonald's, Jay Cook looking sharp in that Chevrolet Camaro. Trying to bring home his first win here in Gears. Right on board here at Indy with Jay Cook. It looks like Jeremy Eshelman already experiencing problems early. Let's kick it back to him and see what happened. Oh, looks like he's parked it. So before I could get to him, looks like it already happened. Colby Hogan, your leader, Min Hang, Jacob Malone, Aiden Donahue, Jonathan Militia, Eric Sable, Connor Rowe, Chris Otto, Travis Stroney, Joe Stafford. Your top 10 right now. Look at this move. Chris Otto there in that 48 red and white Ally machine. The only one, the Lone Ranger on that bottom. Making it 3 wide going into 1. Chris Otto, Eric Sable side by side going into 1. Yeah, I know, Alex Dag, fuck off. I thought it was something there. I didn't see it beforehand. The notification told me there was something there, but it really wasn't. Ryan Robertson tasting the wall like a wine tasting, spinning it back into the glass. We have a caution. Steven Jr.
Correct. I can't see shit.
Brought some bullshit. Let's see what happened here. Let's back that ass up. The Gears Cup Series instant replay. Thanks for the follow. It's the Log. That is a badass name. Thanks for being there. Let's find out what happened here. Back that ass up. Looks like Yak Stanley in the 05. Looks like 05 of Ethan Wisnowski. All right, let's go. Meet your mom, Blimp Cam. Let's see what we can go to Clam Jam. Let's see what happened here. Looks like everything. Oh, yeah. Jack Stanley says, let's see about my front bumper, but then Junior just not able to save it. That number 9 machine can't keep it together and goes head first into the wall. Let's back it up again. You get a taste right from Jack Stanley's view. And let's see what the ka-chow is all about. Rotting on board. Yeah, looks like those guys passed him, which was good, but Jack just not anticipating the break point of Steven Jr. Steven Jr. and Nataman Gerbach, number 9, eating it all the way to the bank. And that is unfortunate for him. But looks like everybody's going to make it out okay. Your leader right now, Colby Hogan. We're actually wrecking for last man. Hey, it happens. I wonder what the story will be like from Jack Stanley's diary here tonight. Very interested to hear that journal entry. Bunch of people pitting. Again, this is probably a fuel mileage situation. Let's cut the crap here. Looks like all these drivers here coming down pit lane. Min Hank staying out, Aiden Donahue as well. Chris Otto, Gary Owen, Jay Cook. So more than a few really good drivers in contention staying out. Maybe they're anticipating more. I am not sure. Again, I know with that wreck, it's unfortunate with how that turned out. But it's early. It's the Brickyard. Hopefully I have a voice at the end of this. Looks like it's going to be a long night. Did not anticipate that to be real. But you know what? We're going to bang it home. That's what she said.
He's pulling his car down.
Whoa. I'm not. Everyone would be severely disappointed. Min Hang, your leader currently right now as we are under a caution here tonight. You're just joining us. Steven Jr., Jack Stanley, Ethan Wisnowski in a three-way of hot love for last place. Getting into it, and unfortunately bringing out the yellow flag. Again, if you got horse bucks in the chat, feel free to use them. Get you an interview under caution. Get you an HB drink time, whatever you need. Whatever you're feeling. Beers are tasting way too good tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, Rainer has a pet rabbit named Betty Hop. Care to who the fuck is that? I have no who what? I don't know what that means. Tell me what that means. I'm confused right now. Cohen, Jay Cook, Austin Thomas, Robert Masello, Floyd Stewart, Chris Bishop, and Jacob Malone. Your top 10. If you're wanting my opinion, I think that sounds stupid as shit. But that just might be me and being old. That's probably it. I think it sucks. Didn't Fetty Wap only have one fucking eye? That dude sucks. Don't come for me, man. I'm just not a fan of your music. Smokey says I second. Yeah, dude. I mean, for real. Just not good. I'm gonna get Penn's last name and Tom's story. I hope you do. If you do, I would be honored. I'll get his name tattooed on my ass. Pace car pulling off right about meow. In the MeanYourMom.com restart zone. The mid hang lane is down. Machine.
Green flag.
Brickyard 200. It's back home. What about getting a pet bird? Kind of want to get a bird. I'm on board for it. Mid-hang going downtown. Jesus. Jack Stanley, let's follow along with him. I'm curious. He's Mr. Kachow. Not going very well right now in 32nd. Looks like he's going to pull in, maybe pull out. Right on board with Keaton Salyers in that Miami Heat theme machine. Get a new car, damn girl. Alex Dake said that had to be the longest caution I've ever sat through in my life. I mean, it's Indianapolis, so it's going to be pretty damn long. I think if these drivers are smart, they don't want to sit through that shit all night. They're going to want to get this show on the road. You don't want to act like a clown out there. You don't want to be a cause of caution. It's going to take you 10 minutes to get through it. 3 wide up here. Well, it was no more. Teammates Schneider and Robertson right there. 51, Floyd Stewart. And that also Ally sponsored machine. Again, if you like what you saw there, you got a Prime subscription. You got one free here to use for Twitch, commercial free. You're going to watch that caution in its whole entirety without seeing somebody advertise a product that you're never going to fucking use or shove up your ass. Don't clip that. I got to watch it. TOS. Getting loose and getting loud. That's what I'm going to do right now. Blackhawk Manufacturing Group, your time is now. Thank you for your sponsorship. Lap 10. Loose and loud coming at you. you back in here now from the Loose and Loud. Love that little Q&A session. Again, that is all from the perspective of a guy in the booth who has watched this shit all year long. Honestly, this group of drivers this season, it's almost like a football team, right? It's like some groups you like some better than others, but this group of drivers, I think, have managed to work out some of the problems and issues that they've been experiencing. Now, there are going to be wrinkles in that, right? It's like if you make your bed, it's not going to be perfect, man. You're not that hotel, whatever you call them, hotel cleanup where they take care of your sheets and make it perfect if they have to, right? It's always going to be a couple drivers here and there that may create a wrinkle. But other than that, this group this year, this core, has been solid. And this season of Gears has been probably the best on record here so far. Watching now, Travis Stroney riding around currently in 17th. Has fallen back, started in 10th, but one of the biggest movers here tonight, 15th spot, started 30th now in 15th. Brad Gutierrez in that Carvana 84, chasing down the 20 of Mike DeWalt. Again, both these guys, low-key, one of the, not just because I know them, but their skill level. These guys are always near the top when it matters. Now, the Brickyard, they may not be strong here or their strongest track, but a lot of these guys have this in their back pocket. If they need to show up, they can show up for a race like this. With 5 races to go, Mike, it's really important for him to break the winless streak if he can kind of lock himself in. And for Brad Gutierrez, kind of reminding everybody else in the Cup Series of where he was last year to where he is now. He has grown by leaps and bounds. 84 Brad Gutierrez right here in that Carvana Chevrolet. Alex Dake says, could we use the left-sided ticker for a few? Oh yeah, absolutely. You ask, you shall receive. Yeah, that is a great idea. I love that. That is an excellent idea. Brian Carey approves. Min Hang, you haven't missed much out here. He has got it almost by a second over Aiden Donahue, Jacob Malone, Gary Owen, and Chris Otto. Colby Hogan, Austin Thomas, Jonathan Militia, Connor Rowan, Eric Sable. Your top 10. Jack Stanley looks like going a lap down in that Rusty's 95. Ka-chow. Aiden Showtime Donahue has 4 wins on the year. Would love to make it 5 here to kiss the bricks here tonight. Looks like a very Jeff Gordon inspired machine. Alex Dake says, I've recently come to the conclusion that my nostalgia blinded me to the fact that top scrolling ticker just isn't as good as the newer style ticklers, where we see the gaps between the top 20 at all times. I get it. I'm impartial. I really don't care either way. Like, as long as it's giving me something, I like to know what's going on. Jonathan Militia here, started in 5th, currently in 7th right now. That Marlboro Coors Banquet Beer 69 Toyota Camry. Ladies, if you want to know his relationship status, it's complicated. You probably find him on Tinder. I love new school ticklers. I don't even want to know where you got that. It's amazing. Amazon, baby. Connor Rowan, the number 5 THD, designs a machine. Looking good. Nice to see him actually have a different scheme here tonight. right on board inside the number 5 machine. Probably smells in there. Connor Rowe. Heard he smells. We're gonna leave it there. I'm gonna get out of there because I can smell it through the microphone. Min Hang in that red and yellow number 11 leading us down, leading a lot of laps here so far. 23 laps in for the Brickyard. Having a great run, your pole sitter and current leader here tonight. 5 races remain before the playoffs. Min Hang trying to secure his spot, lock him in the rest of the way here, and he's got a good distance ahead, about a half second over Aiden Donahue right now. I would imagine within the next 10 laps, we're going to see a lot of pitting. Here is Gary Owen there in the 87, also in contention. Running around in 4th, has been a top contender in gears all year long in his first series season in the series. Getting a win, getting that monkey off his back, and advertising and streaming on YouTube the entire day's experience. A guy who I sincerely like talking to when he's in the booth, and an asset and a great driver to have in gears. Gary Owen making gears what it is, and that's great. Haven't said his name much, but there he is, Jacob Malone, the 45 in the booth for the pre-race show. We're goofing around, getting ready to kick this thing off. Young guy with a good sense of humor. Haven't had him part of gears. Points leader Colby Hogan out here in 6th on the back bumper of Chris Otto. To see this green flag run continue. Hopefully we will see some green flag pit stops coming up here shortly. Oh, 35. Austin Thomas. Oh my gosh. Around a pit lane. That's going to cost him a shit ton of time. Let's back that ass up real quick so we can see it together and experience what he experienced. Look at this. On the front stretch, he's like, oh shit, Sherlock. Oh shit, and he's lucky he didn't take out the median there. But able to get that car turned around. Cost him some time. Still getting looked at, going a lap down right now. As we are creeping closer to halfway home. If Brad gets some track position, he'll be a real threat. That is correct. He's slowly but surely gaining on the rest of the field. Running around in 11th, almost cracking that top 10. Gonna have to track down Trey Holmes now and Connor Rowe, which he's about a second back from. Riding on board now with the 85 for Brad Gutierrez. You see the two cars in front of him battling for position, jockeying. And pit stops are being had as we speak. Trey Holmes, welcome back to Gears. It has been a minute. Having a good run all over the back end of Carter Row, moving at the last possible second. Going to the inside, battling for position here. This is for 9th. Chris Otto in the pits. A couple other drivers mid-hang reporting to the pits. Jacob Malone now your leader out in front. Gary Owen, Kobe, hell yeah, brother Hogan with Jonathan Militia and Eric Sable. So much buffering lately on my end because that means you're in Canada. If anybody's experiencing that, let me know. There's not much I can do about it, but it's good to know. And it looks like Owen gonna get in to pit lane. He is in it. Staying out with Jonathan Militia and Jacob Malone, Eric Sable, and Trey Holmes. Here is a battle. Again, this is right near pit stops. So these guys get into it too much. Oh, nick in the wall there. Now I gotta tell you, since the update, if you hit the wall square, hard, whatever you do, it's gonna damage your car. They've kind of adjusted that. HB drink time if anybody wants to redeem it. Conroe looks like he got a little loose coming out of forward and sticking out. Going down the lap. Edging closer to halfway. 10 laps to the halfway point. Jonathan Militia now your leader. Oh, HB drink time redeemed by Alex Day coming in clutch. Give me 1 second. Cheers, mate. I know you're working, but thank you very much for redeeming that. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Somebody say edging. No, nobody did. I don't know if anybody did. Edging. Oh my God. Jonathan Militia going to hit the pits this lap? I don't think so. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Eric Sable, his teammate right behind him, Trey Holmes, going to assume the lead for the first time in eons. Interstate Batteries, Toyota Camry out in front. Alex Dayton said somebody actually just showed up at my weigh stage for the first time in an hour and I was tired staring deeply at my phone. Fuck. That is hilarious. Hey man, if you get fired, at least you can come back here. Just trying to be your cup half full guy, that's all I'm saying. Don't get fired. Trey Holmes yet to pit. When will it be, Mr. Part-Timer? making time in his busy schedule to grace us with his presence here for the Brickyard. Looks like he is going to pit. Yes, he will. Brad Gutierrez going to assume the lead. And off he goes like a herd of turtles. You know, Brad Gutierrez, his car gets sent harder than my resume to Hooters after college. And I didn't go to college. Brad Gutierrez, Travis Stroney, the only ones left to pit in this cycle. Menhang closing in. Brad going in, Travis Stroney going in, Menhang going to assume the lead as soon as he gets out of 3 and 4. Yeah, there they go, Brad and Travis. Menhang, Aiden Donahue battling it out now side by side, coming out of 4. They're going to take the lead over, take it back. Menhang diving into the corner like it's the last urinal at a truck stop. Donahue and Menhang down the backstretch, battling it out. 0 fucks given here tonight. Laying it all on the line. Our Sprocket Series champion and race sponsor, Rob Rosello Jr. from Blackhawk Manufacturing Group. Bringing us in, letting us know that they love us. Mid-race report. Hopefully I didn't scare the shit out of him, Rob, in that Blackhawk Manufacturing Group sponsored 77 machine. Thank you for sponsoring the Brickyard 200. How are you and how's the track? Quickly.
Getting tight, so we'll see. Everybody seems to be on different strategies now. A lot of guys pitted early, so we'll see what happens.
Well, I appreciate your time. I'll let you get back to it. I know you're trying to concentrate. Thank you for contributing to this broadcast.
Oh, hell.
Rob Rosello hanging out, keeping it real, especially when it goes right. And sponsor here tonight for the Brickyard 200. Biggest mover here right now, you're looking at him in the Carvana Chevrolet Camaro 84, Brad Gutierrez, slowly rising to the top. And his engine screaming louder than my brain on tequila and bad decisions. Oh my goodness, he held that line like the last pack of Marlboros at a gas station. I'm watching a Fox broadcast. Go to hell. I'm doing a mid-race interview. I'll do it. I'll do what I want. Ain't Donahue out in front. I love how you can director from where you're employed. It's really funny. I mean that sincerely. I'm not being a dick. I mean that in a comical sense. on my last beer. It's not good for the community. We are only halfway through this race. Oh, no. I am in trouble. I mean, if you know that, then why am I broadcasting? Aiden Showtime Donahue, we've seen him be dominant and then foil it late. Will that be the same case? We will see here tonight. As we are nearing the halfway point of this race. Again, we had a little bit of delay. We had a malfunction. But regardless, Aiden Showtime, Donahue, Mitten, Hank, Gary Owen, Chris Otto, Joshua Militia, your top 5, Aaron Sable, Trey Holmes, Mike DeWalt, Brad Gutierrez, and Connor Rowe, rounding out your top 10. Again, always looking to grow gears and its viewership. Share this with your friends and family. If they like racing, even remotely, share that with them. Share this with them, blah, 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 blah. Aiden Donahue leading at the halfway point, 40 laps to go until the end of this one. Again, 51-second lap times. Still got a little ways to go, but still a good time. What the hell happened to Malone and Hogan? That is a good question. Again, they stayed out there a little bit later than most of the cars, but I do not see anything in my status reports of them happening to them negatively. So it may just be pure strategy. We will see. And as obligatory, we are going to have another Loose and Loud, sponsored by Blackhawk Manufacturing Group. Sponsoring here tonight, the Brickyard 200, right here, right now. Again, always happy to have a sponsor, but Blackhawk Manufacturing Group. Glad to have Rob Rosello and his team sponsor this event here tonight. Brickyard 200, something that we wanted to have sponsored regardless, but them stepping in and taking control, that is fantastic. We do appreciate that immensely. Aiden Donahue, Min Hang, Gary Owen, Chris Otto, and Eric Sable, your top 5. Jonathan Militia, Trey Holmes, Mike DeWalt, Brad Gutierrez, and Connor Rowe rounding out your top 10. Gotta like what you see out of the 84. Biggest mover of the night, slowly but surely working with Mike DeWalt almost, getting up towards the front. Again, DeWalt on a winless streak. Brad, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to look here before I sound like an idiot. Yes. Brad Gutierrez has a win on the year. Damn good driver. His win at Pocono back on June 15th. Had to look that up. It's been a minute. It's only been a couple weeks ago, but yeah, I mean, it hasn't felt like it's been a minute. At least that's what it seems like. Closing in now on 25 laps to go. It's been a good race here so far. A lot of green flag action. Had an early caution, but it has been green flag racing the rest of the way. We are looking at here in the next 10 laps or so another set of green flag pit stops. And that should be good the rest of the way. When they get in this window here of lap 55, between lap 55 and 60, they're going to be well enough in the window. Looks like these guys, looks like Rob Rosello and a couple others pitting, I think, a little earlier than you should. But we'll see. Again, Donahue out in front in the 82, Min Hang in second, Gary Owen in third, Chris Otto in fourth, Eric Sable in fifth. Let's ride on board with the Blue Moon Machine, sponsoring my drinking habit. Here tonight, Eric Sable. Indy Gears considers sacred ground, like a Daytona. One of those ones where if you win it, it is special. It's not just any race that you win. Oh! Otto and Sable off the wall, getting a sweet, sweet taste of what that turn 2 wall tastes like. Donahue always dominant. Again, 4 wins on the year, looking for win number 5. Gonna pit right now. What he hopes to be for the final time. Hopefully he makes it on speed. Gary Owen is going to presume the lead here as we go down the front stretch in Indianapolis. Gary Owen, Eric Sable, Jonathan Militia, Trey Holmes, Mike DeWalt again. 3 Road Soda Motorsports teammates running in second, third, and fifth. That is not by any coincidence. I presume these guys will pit together when it is time. Looks like Gary Owen going down pit lane. Eric Sable, Jonathan Militia going to inherit that lead right now. 25 laps to go. Again, 5 races left. Next week is going to be, or excuse me, 2 weeks from tonight. Gonna have the Blacktop 200 at Auto Club Speedway, sponsored by Wild Ops. Same bat time, same bat channel. Right here on twitch.tv/horseboat. Give it a follow, give it a sub, give it a what's up, shoot me a whisper, shoot me a DM. If you're interested in joining the league, we'll get you in here. You gotta have a C-Class license on iRating. That is the minimum right now. And then you're gonna have to speak with yours truly on a betting session. Again, Auto Club Speedway for the Blacktop 200, sponsored by Wild Ops. 2 weeks from tonight, July 14th. Might be the 15th, don't quote me on that. But Eric Sable out in front and trying to run it out. Trey Holmes right there. Jonathan Militia, Mike DeWalt, Connor Rowe, Brad Gutierrez, Fortson Poston, Blake Snyder, Christian Taylor in that 96 DraftKings machine. Bringing it back. Old school from Donut Box, bringing it here, looking good. And Joseph Enright, 23 spots up from where he began, which was 33rd, now up in the 10th. Brad Gutierrez now as Road Soda goes down pit road. The big gooch, Brad Gutierrez and the Carvana Chevrolet out in front, leading some laps. Maybe didn't get the memo that pit stops were occurring. Being pursued by Jake Cook, who I don't really believe is on the lead lap right now. So right now, as it stands, 22 laps to go. Brad Gutierrez and Blake Schneider, Christian Taylor, Joseph Enright, and Jeremy Eshelman, your top five. Brad getting his first win at Pocono this season, trying to make it 2 on the year. He could use a caution. He can't make it. I think that's known. But if he had a caution here to get laps, or excuse me, to get tires and to get gas, with 20 laps to go would be advantage the 84. Looks like through this cycle, Brad Gutierrez and Blake Schneider, both drivers not hitting yet. Oh my God, my chat is fixed. We could have been talking this whole time. What the hell's your problem? You and your shitty Canadian technology. Blake now going in. Brad, the last man standing when it comes to pitting. Brad is running this thing out. I've been sending messages for 10 minutes with no idea if they're actually sending, and they didn't. I was wondering what happened to you. Brad Gutierrez finally going to pit. As Donahue comes out of 2 onto the back stretch. That is hilarious, dude. I don't know what else to say, but it's really funny. Brad Gutierrez in the pits, getting serviced. Here comes Aiden Donahue. Bada bing, bada boom. Donahue comes in, assumes the lead right now. 19 laps to go. Donahue resumes the lead. His race to lose with Min Hang right on. I should say right on. About a second and a quarter away from Donahue. He needs to track him down if he wants any chance in that MH Designs number 11 Ford Mustang. And Alex, I think that is a common theme here tonight. Some of these guys, and I think you can see it during the loose and loud and during some of the coverage I've had, some of these just smoke the wall out of 2 and out of 4. The 11 isn't catching, the 82 is going to take a car. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. These guys do not, or are not able to catch him. There may be stuff that's happening, but everybody's pretty well separated out. Never counting out the back end of the field. Yeah, you're right, man. His right front looks fucked. Oh, yeah. Colby Hogan in the back. Not a good night here for the 10 or the 45. 45 trying to be mathematically in it is not doing a good job trying to lock that down. Donahue looking for a handful of victories this year. Never say never with Min Hang and Gary Owen again, locking it in inside of a second. Min Hang is maybe going to bring something for him here at the end. We will see. It's too early to tell here. Coming across the start-finish line with 16 laps to go. Going to give it one more mandatory sponsored Loose and Loud, sponsored by Blackhawk Manufacturers. And Rob Rossello, thank you for your partnership. And here it is, right here, right now.
Yellow.
Oh shit, we have a caution. Joseph Enright crash. And that changes everything. Everything that Alex Daigle was talking about has changed. Let's see what happened here. Looks like Ryan Robertson may be involved. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. First time I'm seeing it with y'all. Oh, and it looks like, no, Ryan had nothing to do with it. Joseph Enright finding out how that wall feels. And it looks like he just straight up took himself out we'll back up again. Let's see what happened. Looks like there's an additional. Oh my God! Holy shit, man! And apparently something else happened. Let's see. Oh yeah, it looks like when he came back down, he almost nearly killed Gary Owen. Well, let's watch that back again. And let's watch that from the rear chase. Brian Robertson, slow-mo. Looks like that front end of that Ryan Robertson Ford Mustang a little bit screwed up. So let's see what Joe Spenwright did here. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's yummy. That wall looks great. It's like, oh my God, these pink wheels. Are they good? Are they not good? I don't know. Tell me what this Salmon 7 inspired Chevrolet Camaro feels like. Nice and soft on the inside, hard and crunchy on the outside. I don't know, because of the scales, I'm just guessing. But unfortunately for him, that is going to be a caution that would come out, and then trying to come down while the leaders are about there. Gary Owen about shit his pants. He might need a brown check. Eric Sable and those couple others. Jonathan Militia involved. Good Lord. Oh, and it looks like Enright crashed again. Let's see what happened. I don't know if it's true or not. Oh, it looks like he just slowed down, I think. Okay. Yeah, we can follow along with Gary Owens real quick. It's going to take 10 minutes for these guys to get around, so let's ride on board with Gary Owen from what he was experiencing when that all went down again. It was a little further up. He got a little loose, looks like, coming out of one. Maybe just slightly. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. Holy shit. That's crazy, man. And everybody's going to get, looks like, either a set of tires. They may have an extra set they've been holding on to. But Blake Schneider, your leader late here in this race, gets 5 races to go before we get into the playoffs. Indianapolis, good place to start tonight if you can get a win, get a contention. Yeah, I agree with you, Alex. I have no idea who wins now. Just flips it on its head. See if we can talk to anybody. Oh, my in-race reporter, my trusty in-race reporter, Rob Rossello. What is the vibe on the track right now as we are in the closing laps of the Brickyard 200, sponsored by Blackhawk Manufacturing Crew?
You're going to get the notification soon, I'm sure, but Munson just wrecked under caution. So,
oh, man.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was short on fuel, man. I was running like 70% throttle there, trying to save up and get the long run, but it definitely mixed things up. So I think a lot of guys took 2 tires. I took 4, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, that might prove beneficial here late. Currently, you're running 21st. Where do you think you can finish here tonight if you can push it?
I'm hoping to get the top 15. It's so hard to pass tonight, so we'll see what happens. But if these guys took 2 tires, I may have an advantage.
Yeah, and I definitely think you do. Rob, best of luck to you closing laps of this race. Brickyard 200 again. Appreciate you sponsoring the race. Best of luck as always.
Thanks, man.
Rob Rossello, always bringing us all the information we need to hear all season long. In-race reporter. And sometimes I use him, sometimes I don't, but he's always made himself available. And again, I can appreciate that. Looks like Blake Schneider, Colby Hogan on the front row, Connor row 8, Donahue row 2, Min Hang, Eric Sable row 3, Chris Bishop, Gary Owen row 4, with Jonathan Militia and Trey Holmes rounding out your top 10. This is about to get serious. The shit is about to hit the fan. I don't know about y'all, but it's going to get as real as it gets, as it has all night here. I'm with Matt, Alex, whoever his name is. I have no idea who wins here. I feel like the drivers I have selected may be out of the running. But Colby Hogan flipping the field, proverbially speaking. Started second, now is second as we get back into it. Blake Snyder leading us down to meandyourmom.com restart zone with Connor Rowe and Aiden Donahue in tow. Aiden Donahue dominating this race. It's been a min-hang, Aiden Donahue kind of race with other drivers mixed in. Here we go. Green for the Brickyard 200. Hopefully for the last time here. 12 laps to go. Correction, 11 laps to go. 10 laps when we cross the start-finish line here next time by.
Caution.
And we have
Give us
another
some fuel
wreck.
whenever you can there, bud. Doing a really good job. Tell me about your race car when you can.
Christian Taylor, Mike DeWalt. Uh-oh. All right. See that 20 car and the 96. Looks like Mike DeWalt giving him a little bit of a love tap. Let's back it up and see what we can find here. Oh my goodness. This is about as real as it gets from the meandyourmom.com blimp cam. Check it out in real time. We'll back it up again. Yeah, all over that asset. A little tug, a little pull, a little reach around. Unfortunately for the 96 and 20, that might be their race. Little bump. Just enough to send the 96 in tow into chaos. Ports and Poston, Jay Cook. Looks like the 72 car, Mike Hasty. Kyle Munson getting in on that as well. Getting in on this closing action. Definitely disappointing. But another added variable into tonight's race, which I can't hate on. Blake Snyder, I agree. This changes a lot, especially now late. Mike DeWalt, Christian Taylor getting into a banger of an accident. Christian Taylor at the top of your screen, if you saw that, just pulled out like the pullout king. Choosing not to pit even though he got in that altercation, feeling like the pullout king.
I'm the pullout king, can't have a baby.
Can't have a baby.
Please be 18.
But Blake Schneider having a real shot to finish this thing off and come home the winner of the Brickyard 200 again. Probably for him and his feeling, maybe unlikely starting in 17th. But out in front, leading the way in front of points leader Colby Hogan and Connor Rowe, fellow teammate. He has help. Blake Snyder wins tonight, could put him in the conversation of being in the playoffs. Eric Sable also in that 6th position. Trying to bring it home as well, locking himself in for this one. A lot of hopefuls. Brickyard 200 might be a heartbreaker for some of these guys. And I don't blame anybody for this. It's a part of the season. It's a part how it rolls. Here in the Gears Racing League, again, I've been here a year. I think this is year 4, year 5, year 3 on iRacing. But in all my years, this has been the most exciting Brickyard 200 I've seen so far within this series. Again, the good group of drivers we have here tonight. Only 3 cautions have come out so far. The Blake Schneider, Colby Hogan, Connor Rowe, Aiden Donahue, Ben Hang, Eric Sable, Gary Owen, Trey Holmes, Jonathan Militia, Brad Gutierrez in your top 10. As pace car lights are off and we are about ready to get back at it for the Brickyard 200 and the conclusion of this race. It has been a great race here tonight. And happy to see everybody involved. You've hung around, you've stuck it out 2 hours and 15 minutes with a delay. But these drivers and you, the fans, have stuck it out. Alex Daigle says we're about to wreck a whole bunch more. I disagree. I think we can get this to roll. Blake Schneider leading us off in the MeetYourMom.com restart zone. It is tight.
Green flag.
Again, some of these drivers have more body damage than my uncle's Dodge after 3 divorces and a monster truck rally. Connor Rowe trying to get on that back bumper and to the side. Oh, they're going to touch. Oh, Gary Owen getting set. Trey Holmes getting set. No caution. Are you serious? Blake Schneider out in front with a gap on the rest of the field. Man, that guy had more smoke coming off that right rear than my cousin's bait rig at Thanksgiving. Oh, a bunch of cars hitting off the wall. Jonathan Militia getting the worst of it. 6 laps to go. It is getting heavy. Connor Rowe all over that back bumper of Eric Sable. Like a Tinder date who didn't read the room. I agree that was a caution, but I'm not the one in race control, so I do not give a shit. Blake Schneider sending it into turn 1 like he just found out he's dating. His girlfriend is dating his crew chief. 5 laps to go for the Brickyard 200. Blake Schneider, Colby Hogan, Aiden Donahue, Eric Sable, Connor Rowe, your top 5 right now. Min Hang in 6th on the outside looking in. Again, the 82 and the 11 dominating most of the race. Ride again for the 87. Not getting that caution. Gary Owen in the 54. Something that'll be talked about in the future. But when you depend on iRacing to call the cautions, it is definitely an issue. iRacing has to call that. But again, they wiped out on the backstretch into the grass, which I think is the reason why iRacing didn't call that caution, and Race Control did not deem that a caution as far as maybe, and again, I'm speculating, don't call this as verbatim, but in my mind, maybe they wouldn't have called that because it wasn't a threat as it was on the inside of the backstretch wall when the collision and all the madness did occur. Again, it did occur on track, moved its way off track, and stayed there. Golden opportunity now for Blake Schneider. Will Independence get a win here tonight? The TH Designs machine Ford Mustang leading the way. As we cross the start-finish line here, up next will be 2 to go. Colby Hogan, Aiden Donahue in hot pursuit. Again, if I were Trey Holmes or Gary Owen, hell yeah, I would be a little disappointed. Colby Hogan all over that asset, going harder into that turn than I've seen him go in, costing him time. Aiden Donahue capitalizing on that mistake right away. Donahue now will have 1 lap to make it happen, coming around turn 3 and 4. If they cross the start-finish line before an accident happens, we will be set to go. Aiden Donahue closing that gap. 1 lap to go for the Brickyard 200. As you see them serpentine down the front stretch, that is to try to break the draft. Aiden Donahue, a pro at stopping it. Aiden Donahue trying to close in, get win number 5. Blake Schneider trying to close the door and get win number 1 in the Gears Cup Series. Blake Schneider going into turn 3. He's got to hold it down. Aiden Donahue getting a run and not lifting. He is going for it right here and right now. Out of 3 and 4, your winner will be the Brickyard 200 Gears Cup Series. Here we go. Your winner, Blake Schneider. Hometown victory, hometown win. Blake Schneider, your winner of the Brickyard 200. Seymour, Indiana can rest easy tonight as Independence Motorsports winner Blake Schneider comes home with the checker flag. Connor Rowe, fellow teammate there, they're going to celebrate. Blake Schneider, Aiden Donahue, Colby Hogan, Eric Sable, Connor Rowe, Brad Gutierrez, Min Hang, Joe Stafford, Brian Robertson, and Fortson Poston, your top 10. Looks like 3 Independence Motorsports drivers finishing inside the top 10 here tonight, with Blake Schneider taking home the victory and the checker flag. Good night for Independence. take a moment. I'm going to get these guys in the broadcast booth. All right, breaking it in now for the Gears Cup Series post-race show. Again, brought to you by Blackhawk Manufacturing Group. Going to bring in now Colby Hogan. Colby bringing it in third. Again, starting in second. Fell as far back as 20th, but Colby, how was your night here tonight? Can you repeat that?
Worse than it could have been.
Worse than it could have been. Can you expand upon that?
The folks at Adrenaline Garage did not set the
wait a minute.
pit lights
Why
correct.
does it sound like you're whispering from your fucking closet?
Hold on, let me turn it up.
No, you don't need to do that. No, absolutely. Go ahead and talk. I'm just giving you a
All right.
hard time, Colby. Go ahead, bro.
Alright. Yeah, folks at Adrenaline Garage did not set the pit speed correctly. So we kind of cooked ourselves.
Oh, right. Well,
Tires didn't mean anything anyway, so I got back up front with a caution. So
I mean, it still looks like the way it's going to work out, you're going to be the points leader. So congratulations,
Should
at
be.
least on a podium for climbing back up there. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
whoever calls that caution,
Jesus.
say my right.
Colby, bro, I love you, man. You're fun to play repo with. An absolute gas to hang out with outside of this. Congratulations on a third place finish, and I think you'll be the leader anyway. So again, congrats, brother.
I appreciate it.
You are welcome. Aiden Donahue finishing second here tonight. Dominated most of the race. Ended up falling short in the second place. Aiden, looks like you had something for him there at the end, but it looks like you made a classy move of not taking him out and just kind of settling for what you were at. Am I correct in that assumption?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really much you can do when you're directly behind somebody and you have no air on your car at all, but I didn't want to do that. I'm not that kind of guy to do that, but yeah, it's the story of our season as of late. We dominate the race and rather finish second or crash. So, yeah, you can call me the William Byron of the league, I guess, but no, I was happy that caution came out, to be honest, because I hate fuel racing, and I'm glad I didn't have to save gas anymore, but at the same time, I was like 0.5 to the good, so I think if that caution never came out, I'd have been fine, but
yeah.
I did have, tell you what, I did have a hell of a time racing Min there for, what was it, like 6 laps when we were side by side or whatever. That was really fun.
Yeah.
And shout out to him, and of course shout out to Blake for winning, holding us off there. But yeah, just tires did not mean a thing. You could stay out. I mean, shoot, Colby last pitted on lap 56 and I was lap 68, so any other car would have blown right by him. But this car, man, all you really need to do is just have clean air and any sort of temp in your tires and you're fine. But nonetheless, had a fast TH designed Chevy, and of course we led most of the laps there. But nice to rep the Gordon scheme. It looked really nice, but
Yeah, look good.
disappointed for sure.
Well, the 82, I mean, you've had 4 wins on the season. You're locked in for the playoffs, a second place finish. I know you're disappointed with that because of your skill and what you can do, But again, congratulations on a solid finish. And again, we're going to see you in the playoffs here, man. See you in a few weeks.
Yeah. Hopefully we turn it up then. Thank you.
You are welcome. And the race winner, again, low-key, one of my favorite guys in the sport right now, Blake Schneider. I'm not going to say you lucked in that win because I don't think you did. You were up front. You were near. You were always near within striking distance all night long, able to capitalize late, bringing that number 6 TH Designs machine home for a victory, win number 1 in the Gears Cup Series, bringing you ever closer to a playoff position. How are you feeling after tonight's race?
Man, I'm ecstatic. Yeah, honestly, it really wasn't much of a good race for me. And I was basically hung around like the 15th, 20th most of the race, just like the other guys were saying there in the interviews, where tires really weren't mattering much, and clean air is just how you just gain so much speed around here, and kind of was stuck. And then when that last caution came out, I just happened to pit like probably 2-3 laps before it came out, had basically fresh tires, so I took a gamble and just stayed out when everyone else came in, and then just kind of hung on from there.
I mean, you had a great night. So, I mean, you guys were all decked out in that TH Designs machine by TJ Hanley. You guys represented really well. That 6-2. We saw you guys near the front, some of the night within striking distance. I don't think you guys were considered like, oh my God, contenders, but you, Connor Rowe, all these guys were able to put it together. 3 inside the top 10 tonight. Good finish for Independence Motorsports. Anybody you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Like all the Independence guys, talking me through there at the end. You don't see me much up there in those type of situations, being the leader with under 10 to go. So just kind of Connor and Ryan kind of coached me through there a little bit, and then of course shout out to TJ and TH Designs. Good looking cars this week. Glad we can get 3 guys inside the top 10. Get the TV time on there. So. And then, yeah, and like Colby said, shout out to the guy for causing that yellow and getting me up front.
Well, again, congratulations. That's going to put you in contention for sure. Again, Brickyard 200 winner of 2025. Nobody can take that away from you now. Congratulations, Blake.
Sweet. Thanks, Tom.
You are welcome again. We are off next week. But the following week, we'll be right back here ready to rock for the Blacktop 200 at Auto Club Speedway, sponsored by Wild Ops. But again, for everybody here at Gears, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat, thanking you for being a part of this program tonight, hanging on while we struggled through the beginning. Again, sponsored by Blackhawk Manufacturing Group. Again, if you need it welded, if you need it cut, if you need something worked on it, call these guys, look them up on Google. They're more than happy to help you, and they're more than happy to sponsor the Gears Racing League. Appreciate the partnership as well as we go forward. Again, the Brickyard 200 right here on twitch.tv/Horseboat for the Gears Cup Series. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you here in 2 weeks for the Blacktop 200 at Auto Club. Again, have a wonderful week, and we'll see you back here again in 2 weeks.
Bitch, pop that ass, come to green.